Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm here to show you a very pretty city today. Today we are in Prague. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me tell you what I found out first. The language is Czech and the currency is Czech koruna, or I also heard people refer to it as crowns. The city felt a little above average for cost, but it is the middle of summer, so I don't know, maybe it's more or less expensive depending on how you spend, but I enjoyed myself. The first thing I noticed was the architecture. This is such a beautiful city. I heard certain areas referred to as Old Town and New Town. Now apparently, and please forgive me, I was only here a couple days, but it's my understanding that Old Town is more historic, it's touristy, it's very crowded, while others say New Town is more local, laid back, and modern. So I'll let y'all decide for yourselves. I'm going on a tour which I get to see both sides of the city. I'm really excited. In terms of safety, because sometimes I am traveling as a solo female, I would say just keep your guard up. I would not get too comfortable. I had a few moments where I was a little hesitant, and I did have some random man follow me in the main area by the National Museum. Yeah, so there are huge groups of men here. I'm not saying that they're harmful. I'm just saying be mindful. There are a lot of stag parties here, bachelor parties if you don't know, as well as bachelorette parties. So this seems like a party city. Lots of casinos, strip clubs, like people are lit here. I'm gonna isolate the incident because I don't want it to take away from Prague. And overall, after I did the organized walking tour, I felt safe enough and comfortable enough to explore on my own during the day. With that said, let's go. Hey y'all, I'm in Prague. Welcome to another adventure vlog. It's very busy and I don't know the vibe yet and I want to have my phone out, so I'm gonna kind of, proceed with caution. But I do love the main area of the street already. And I have about 2 days here, which was a mistake because honestly I would recommend minimum 5. Now that I got here, I'm already regretting only being here for 2 days. And apparently it's a huge party city too. So you need time to party, you need time to explore. I didn't take any public transportation, but I heard it's great. And that being said, I would recommend a pair of walking shoes if you're going to explore the city the way I did, because there's plenty to see. It's a very pretty city, but there's a lot of area to cover. Let's go on a tour.
It's amazing. You can buy tickets for the metro, tram, or a bus here. 30 minutes, 90 minutes a day or 3 days. Century, okay? So for some of you it's old and for some of you it's really, really old. I don't get anything from that. But yeah, you see pictures of the people loved it so much they did it half an hour standing ovation. You know, every time I think that life is boring, it brings you something like, right now you're doing something exciting. Very interesting. It is called House by the Black Madonna. Why the name? It's a house sign, okay? Can you see Black Madonna anywhere on the house? way they're custom built. Building behind me, it's Theatre Hibernia. Why Hibernia? I will do like a really basic one. Okay, so for a very nice dinner, it can be 500 pounds.
As you already know, I'm going to put the name for everything down below because sometimes when I get to a city, sometimes I'll wing it, sometimes I'll do some prior research, but I just like to explore, figure out where I'm at and what I'm doing afterwards, or I'll do a tour as I'm showing you, and then I'll put everything down below for y'all to know. I am no historic professional. I'm just a traveler open to new sites and information, which is why I like tours like this, but I just wanted to share the city of Prague with y'all.
When he reached for it, the statue reached for him and wouldn't let it go. So they had to cut the arm off. And they are not going to cut the arm of St. Mary. Okay? They cut the thief's arm off and put it inside the church so you can see it. So that was the thief's arm by the door. Glouha, D-L-O-U-H-A. A lot of the bars, clubs and pubs are based on this street. And the easiest way to find it is the James Dealer. Always Mexican Americans, which I don't understand, but it's just the fact. Okay, so you carry photo. Now we are actually gonna go for a break. Over there you can get a coffee.
Hey y'all, what's up? I'm on this tour. It's pretty cool. I just wanted to show y'all Prague. I'm only here for 2 days. I wish I stayed longer. But I'm in a little coffee shop. I'm gonna get a coffee and use the restroom and all that good stuff. We've seen a lot. I like the style. I like the architecture. I like a lot that Prague has to offer. I do wish I stayed longer, but it is what it is. And I do hope I can party tonight. I heard of a few good clubs. Aside from that, just catch up with y'all later. Hopefully we can check out a little party soon. It's supposed to rain today. But just a little something. And after that, I don't know. We'll see where it goes. The food seems similar to some of the stuff I already tried, so I will try to try traditional food if possible, but I'm not gonna force it.
And on a tall of a big walking suit with our arms and legs. In this case is Kafka, and he's pointing toward the old town. And number 2 is when man wakes up at the beginning, yeah? And then never made any waves. So typically acceptable. The fact that it's a different culture. First, this building over here is Walkinsky Palace. Look, people come here and they expand. When did they discover the continent of America? 1492. This is 1410. I don't want to eat right. Okay? That's it. Bottom part is incredible as well. In the middle, you've got sign of Prague. Over here. And because they couldn't read or write, they did the pictures. Look at it. They are working on the field. They are getting the hay. September, they are making potatoes. Christmas, baby Jesus is born. Feasting. Let's get a sign of the child. Rubbish. Cleared away by the water. And rubbish is actually not the bottom. When you go in, you still go a few meters lower, and they sit by the wall. People are buried here at the old Jewish cemetery that goes all around. See, this was the Jewish quarter.
So I just learned that this cemetery is elevated because the bodies are stacked on top of each other. Also, I found out that the street level had to be raised because of flooding. So like bottom layers, like basements and cellars and stuff like that, used to be the ground floor. And apparently they had to like raise the street level. So it's refreshing to actually get like a historical side of Prague.
From the castle, all the way through the castle complex, the Stratton Garden. I'm gonna go to John Lennon Wall and I finish off.
Yo, Prague is so pretty. Oh my god, with the vintage cars. Prague is pretty. All right, so I feel a lot more comfortable now. I did the tour, which was great. She was wonderful, very informative, very fun, kept it like lively for 2 hours. We saw Old Town, New Town, the Jewish Quarter, whole bunch of stuff. I'll put everything down below, you already know. And we ended over here. So now I'm exploring over on this side of the bridge. I think this is the Charles Bridge. I don't like saying anything because I just want to be sure. So I'd rather just put everything down below so I don't tell y'all the wrong information. But that being said, yeah, today is exploration day. It was supposed to rain and it's not. So we love that. We love that. But it's Prague is pretty. I chose 2 days here and I just knew the moment I got here I was going to regret it. Because it's really nice here, y'all. Like, it's just so picturesque. And the mosaic tiles on the sidewalk, the cobblestone, some of the trams are vintage. Like, I really fell in love. I really fell in love. I hope y'all can hear what I was saying earlier. I was a little quieter because I was in a coffee shop. But, hold on, I'm about to show y'all what I'm looking at. The view is insane over here. It feels like an old little town out of like a puzzle or something. Hold up. So I ended up over here by accident, but it's really pretty. And I'll find out where I'm at and put it down below. All right, I'm back. I'll see if I can find an area tomorrow to like safely do a picnic somewhere. I think that'd be really nice. It's supposed to rain, but the weather is being very kind right now. Tour was great. I'll see if there's anything else I want to check out that was not covered on the tour. Oh, there we go. And that's about it, for real, for real. I like Prague a lot. It's a nice little vibe. Architecture is gorgeous. Nightlife is jumping. They got beer gardens, and my friend recommended if you like beer, they have a beer bath. You can actually take a bath in it. It's up to you, whatever you're trying to do. But yeah, it's a good vibe. It's a good vibe. It's like a nice old-timey feel with a little sprinkle of modern architecture as well. It has a lot of character. It's very pretty and it has a lot of character. This city doesn't stop, so now we're on the side of the castle, and everywhere you look is so picturesque. Like, you could look in any direction. The architecture is wild. I went in one building, which was the one y'all saw on the tour, but like, I can only imagine the interior because the exterior is what? And the mosaic tile.
To ładnie już tam wtedy widać tam.
Achso, ja. Aber jetzt gibt es diese Pfanne.
So the cathedral behind me requires a ticket. Apparently you can get a ticket that like allows you to see more. y'all, so I just saw the dancing house. I was by the river. You can rent a boat, like one of those paddle boat things. You can actually get on a boat. The options are endless. Like, Prague was really full of surprises for me. Like I said, give yourself 3 days minimum. Just do yourself the favor. There's so much to see. I feel like I've been all around the town already. All right, y'all, so I signed up for a pub crawl so I could be in the safety of a pack while I'm out at night in Prague, okay? They also have a nightlife ticket, I believe. I saw that when I was doing a little research on the different clubs I wanted to go to, or at least try to check out. And apparently they'll combine clubs. They'll give you like a free shot at each one, whatever you want. I did the pub crawl thing. I don't even know where we were. I think they partnered with certain spots, so I'm not able to tell you that information. But we did end up at a very popular club at the end of the night. I'll put that down below. A friend I met on the pub crawl ended up leaving this one and going to another one, which I'll also put down below because he said they had a great sound system. It does cost to enter these clubs, whether you buy a ticket, you join a pub crawl, or you just go directly. So not all of them, but at least the ones I went to, I'm sure you could go to certain bars and stuff for free. And yeah, overall it was cool. At least I got to go out and party for Prague. I enjoyed it, but one night was enough for me. Alright, y'all, I just got something slight. I got one of my favorite books with me, and I got some sushi. I'm so excited. I got some chips, water, and croissants as well in my bag. And I'm in a really, really public park. Like, we got people everywhere. So I did not show y'all the food in Prague as much as I should have, but I heard it's delicious. Sausage, okay, apparently that's a must try. Braised beef and dumplings, goulash, a whole bunch of goodies, pancakes, open-faced sandwiches. I read about a couple of them, so unfortunately I didn't get to try, but I do hope you guys explore the food. I saw plenty of places for sausage and ham and all that good stuff, so make sure you try it out, especially the traditional food. For me, I've been on a Europe tour, so I'm kind of full, but I'm spending the rest of the day at the museum. It's a great place to stay cool. You need a few hours here to explore. There is a lot to see, but this was the perfect way to end my trip because I checked out my accommodations and I spent the day here. I know everyone's not into museums, but I would highly recommend. There were so many different exhibits, and also, I'll show y'all later, but there's this place called the Cupola, which you're able to access, and it's a beautiful view of that street in Prague, that area I started with when I first started this vlog. So yeah, honestly, the architecture is gorgeous, whether you're here for photos, education, if you just need to kill a little time before your next flight or whatever it is. I think it's a great exhibit to check out. It's nice, it's cool. They got a little cafe, I believe. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can explore, and they have little seats so you can take a little break while you're in the museum too, which was honestly great. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I have been running around Prague. I got to party, explore, and visit a new city. I will absolutely be back, and this is a great way to end the trip too.
These are meteorites up here.
I don't mean to interrupt. If this is something you're into, then you're gonna absolutely love the museum. I highly recommend you check it out. If it's not really your cup of tea, that's totally fine too. We're gonna continue on to other exhibits. But I wanted to show y'all, because honestly, this museum surprised me. I went in just to check it out, and it was a recommendation, and I was surprised at how much actually caught my eye. I felt more collective as just a human being, the earth we live on, the fact that we're floating in space, and all of our time periods are connected but so far away from each other. So going from a room where there's space rocks, and then you'll see shortly going to another room where there was war and armor and swords, it just kind of clicked in my head for me. And I know a lot of museums are of that vein, but I don't know, this museum really hit for me. Maybe I was just paying more attention than other places I would usually go visit, but I enjoyed it. And this is one of my favorite rooms. Like, oh my goodness, there were so many minerals, meteorites. This was so cool to me. You can say this for a lot of cities, I'm aware, but honestly, it was just really nice. Prague had two sides, the historic side. If you want to go on a tour, if you want to check out the museums, it's there. If you're trying to party, go to a casino, go to a strip club, it's there. It's all dependent on your taste, to be honest, and what type of trip you're looking for. You're going to see the bachelor parties and the bachelorette parties. You're going to see people doing audiobook tours, walking up the street and doing walking tours and all that stuff. So I feel like I got a taste of both. I'm pretty satisfied. Once again, I really did like this museum. I'm glad I checked it out on this trip, and I got a little, taste of everything so far. But yeah, no, Prague was nice. This was my very first visit, but I'm so happy I added the stop to my Europe list, and I highly recommend. Okay, so I'm on the second floor. Heads up, y'all, it is not wheelchair accessible to get to the top. And that completes my trip to Prague. Thank y'all so much for watching. I had a great time. Like I said, non-stop exploration, partying, just enjoying myself. I didn't get to taste the food as much as I wanted, but I will definitely be back. This is such a beautiful city. I appreciate y'all joining me on this adventure, and I hope you guys have an amazing trip if you visit Prague. Bye.